So for the generation that is born right after the crisis, we call them the prophet archetype, and that would be, for instance, boomers. But we've had many other examples. Indulgently raised in a very secure era, they come of age during these times of spiritual awakening. A lot of protests, a lot of social divisions, and they break through. They try to, they want to individualize the country. They want to free individuals from the sort of tyranny of the collective. Give a fuck. Like Tupac, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Everybody wanna ride on it with no car. Make a lot of money, live life like the stars do. If you do what they do, then what kind of king are you? Don't let money change you for the bad. Do what gods do. Everybody say they want power, but they don't really want power. They let the money hold the fame, make them a dummy. Money never made me, bitch, I'm making the money. I keep a smile every day, whether rain or sunny. A main bitch a day, wanna she kept it 100. Young 5'6", static, who let it get blunted. Up in the bed, I'm the dog, that's right, I'm atomic. Bury the bone in the cat, get back to the money. All the jealousy and lying niggas throwing at each other over crumbs on the cool, it's hard to consider. Some of you niggas to be real, cause you're real bitch made. These days, and the whole be harder than niggas. But I don't give a fuck, never have, never will. Real niggas really scared to tell it like it is. So many heartbreaks, hella blood, sweat, and tears over game. Now this is how I feel, tell them I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like Tupac, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Niggas hating on the low, I don't give a fuck. I'ma get more money, more, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like Too Short, nigga, I don't give a fuck. You can fuck my bitch, I don't give a fuck. I can get another one, I'm rich and I don't give a fuck. Tell them I don't give a fuck. Beat it with the microphone, I'm a flame spitter. Was a peacemaker, now a menace like the cane, nigga. Haters and you homo thugs, fucking up the game, nigga. We were never in the same class, you a lame, nigga. I don't got time to be dissing a nigga who ain't worth a penny, cause mentally I'm too above for dissing the fake. On top of that, I'm a player, the player hating that's never been in my blood, nigga. That's ammunition for hate. If I call up the cavalry, it'll be a fatality. One phone call, they'll be minutes away. Better make peace with your creator, cause on the cool, I don't think you wanna perish a cent of the day. Money on the mind, vision on the prize. Look into my eyes, you will see the devil is alive. Real warriors of God live eternally, and if you know the definition, baby, I will never die. Finally got the key of life. If you listen to my new shit, I got the blueprint to set the street afire. The majority of niggas in the game ain't fucking with the method of business that we apply. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like Tupac, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Niggas hating on the low, I don't give a fuck. I'ma get more money, more, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like Too Short, nigga, I don't give a fuck. You can fuck my bitch, I don't give a fuck. I can get another one, I'm rich and I don't give a fuck. Tell them I don't give a fuck. Beat it with the microphone, I'm a flame spitter. Haters and you homo thugs, fucking up the game, nigga. You a lame, nigga. Give a fuck, give a fuck, give a fuck, give a fuck. Give a fuck, give a fuck. Give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Give a fuck. Give a fuck. You can fuck my bitch, I don't give a fuck. I can get another one, I'm rich and I don't give a fuck. Tell them I don't give a fuck. Give a fuck.
Peace. What's going on? What's happening? Hey, we in the Thought Box, man. Hey, and if you rock out with MD's Thought Box, check me out every Tuesdays and Wednesdays over at the Straight Talk Society with Trevor. I'm over there every Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Tuesday, 6:30. We got TFP, Tape Fist Politics, y'all, where we talking about the latest in the news and what's happening in politics right now. With my homeboy, Vancat, producer extraordinaire, Ricardo, and Mike. I'm over there Tuesday, 6:30. Then you got Wednesday, Wrestling with Reality, 6:05 on TBS, the Superstation. I mean, Straight Talk Society. Trev, myself, Van Cat, and a host of others. We over there rocking out, talking about what's going on in wrestling right now. We talking about the pay-per-views. We bringing the nostalgia to you. Everything wrestling, we over there talking about it. Wednesdays, 6:05. Check me out over there, the family-friendly version now. MD, Straight Talk Society. Boom.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today, many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And this is what we are faced with, and this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington, in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
I remember when the ATL wasn't banging, now they banging, 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 banging. Niggas throwing sets and them bullets start ringing, bitches banging, 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 banging. I remember when the ATL wasn't banging, now they banging, 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 banging. Niggas throwing sets and them bullets start ringing like bang, 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 bitch, nigga, bang, 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 bang.
You got the light. You talking choppers, you getting right. You wanna blow with the dope every night. Said he wanted some scratch, so we took him on life. Say you wanna get paid, you wanna be right. Deep team 4K got slapped with the pipe. Still got on these shades, even though it ain't night. Cause they little pink pills too hard. Let's go on a SRT with a Draco tank. Got a little boy way, can't sleep at night. You gotta go get that motherfucking dope. You gotta run, say fuck out that hoe. I was just broken, I didn't have a friend, so I went in the trap and I sold me some dope. Let's for real. Poppin' purse, make her suck dick for an hour, get to work. I told the bitch to get nasty for double. She bought her best friend, they play each other. Okay for me, make her fuck my brother. Got a team full of players, free band, no struggle. Big 4K down to the door. Might get in there, mo, go dig with shovel. Break out the chopstick, hit on wherever. Broad daylight, bitch, I'ma get on wherever. Let's go, double O walk on this bitch, but I like to talk on this bitch. Hold on. Purpose said walk on this bitch, the purpose said talk on this bitch. Hold on. I just be geeking out drugs, taking all kinds of shit. Bitch wanna fuck, she fine, you see all kind of bitch. Running through the design, don't care about shit. I can work one time, though. Watch a little man got shot, you slide, little boy, you a bitch. 15 ball, one play, don't miss.
Peace. What's going on? What's happening? Hey, MD Thoughtbox Live, man. Impromptu. I had a little bit of time. I don't get back home till tomorrow. I figured, hey, man, why not do one now just to check in with everybody, see what's going on. I know, people probably didn't know I was doing the show, so, I catch y'all on the back end. But in any event, man, I wanted to briefly talk about Obama's speech yesterday. Very polarizing, man. Very polarizing. Not necessarily the speech, but I don't know if it happened before or after. I don't know yet. But I just know it happened at some point in time yesterday. And it's a socio-political firestorm going on right now. But this was expected. I knew this was gonna happen. This just furthers my prophecy of what I said. This is the final battle. This is the final battle. We entering a rift when it comes to social norms dealing with general. And this election, ever since Kamala Harris got into it, further exacerbated it. Before I get started, what I'll do if anybody what everybody else think about it. I really want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get into what I feel about it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play 2 videos. First video I'm gonna play is from the analysis from CNN. This is the video that everybody's been circulating with Nina Turner. I'm gonna play that video first, and we'll discuss that. The second video is I'm gonna play is Megyn Kelly, and this is the negative aspect of what happened. This is the negative part about it. But again, all this shit was expected. All of this shit was expected. It was only a matter of time before something like this was gonna happen. I'm just surprised with the particular actors that are involved in it. That's what's not a good look for me. And like I said, we'll further talk about it. So without further ado, let me do this. I'm gonna pull up this video here. Let me make sure I got it. Let me make sure I got hell, I don't got it. Let me go, but I can get it quick. We're gonna play this video. Give me 1 second. I think this is it right here. Let me see. Yeah, I believe this is it right. Yeah, we just gonna watch. We're gonna watch it up until a point. We might watch the whole thing. Let me see. We might watch the whole thing. Definitely up to the part where it's relevant. All right. All right. So yeah, this is the CNN analysis. With pretty ass Phillip. Abby Phillip. She cute when she wanna be. But all right, let's check it out.
Barack Obama is back on the campaign trail and he's making the case against Donald Trump. But before his guest feature in Pennsylvania, Obama made a surprise visit to Kamala Harris's campaign headquarters in Pittsburgh. It was there that he got candid, maybe a little too candid if you are in the vice president's inner circle tonight. He warned that Harris is underperforming him with black voters, and he had a message specifically for black men.
Part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that. And so now you're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you because you think that's a sign of strength, because that's what being a man is, putting women down. That's not acceptable.
CNN political commentator Errol Lewis is in our fifth seat for this conversation. Errol, I guess he knew the cameras were there. It was an unscheduled stop, but that message was so pointed. In addition to him making it very clear, Kamala Harris is not doing what she needs to do with this core Democratic constituency.
That's right. Although he is asking her, let's be clear, to go over a very high hurdle. Barack Obama got historic levels of black voter registration and turnout and support, and he did it twice. It was almost inevitable that it was going to swing more toward the long-term average of a handful of black
But can
voters.
I interrupt you for just a moment,
Republican
just to show you something here? Because we went back, looked at 2020 exit polls. Biden got 92% of the black vote. Right now, according to Quinnipiac, this is in Pennsylvania, according to Quinnipiac,
Vancat, can you hear me? Yeah, I don't know what happened. Let me know that you can hear me, Vancat. Let me know that you can hear me. Yeah, I don't know what happened. My damn mic went off and I don't know what the hell that was about. Cause I was like, I ain't muted. I don't think I'm muted. I kept hitting the button. Oh, it was the mute button on my damn mic. My bad. My bad. My bad. That's my fault. That's my fault. I'm like, I'm looking dead at the damn mute button. But anyway, like I was saying, I don't think y'all heard nothing I said. So I stopped it right here because this goes to the point, and I'm glad that you're here, Venkat. This goes to the point, right? Talking about polling. If we look at this Quinnipiac poll, first of all, it's for a specific state. It's talking about Pennsylvania because they did that contextually because Obama was in Pittsburgh. So in 2020 in Pennsylvania, Biden got 92%. As the polls stand right now, meaning a snapshot of what's happening right now with a small sample size of polls, Harris is at 78% with undecided 9%. You have to be a dummy. And this is not taking away. This is not taking away from if it'll be a similar reflection with the exit polls. These are two different polls. One is an exit poll from 2020, exit meaning post, and one is a snapshot currently of 2024's presidential campaign in Pennsylvania. I'm not going to sit here and put any type of validation on a snapshot here and now in the state of Pennsylvania. I can't do that. That would be disingenuous for me to do that. That's part of the reason why I look down on polls, especially on a national level, with all the antiquations and the calculations and Nate Silver doing this and that. Now you got like the betting odds spreadsheet. Man, damn all that. I can't rock with that. So I stopped it there because I wanted to put an emphasis on Abby Phillip putting that up to give further context of trying to I guess put a proportionality on the conversation. What's up, Venkat?
What's going on, political prophet?
Nothing much, man. I had a little bit of time, so I just came up here impromptu because I wanted to talk about this Obama thing. It's raising
Yeah,
all kind of hell.
this Obama thing is big, man. At first, it just kept growing and growing. I'm like, I'm about to change the show from focusing on Trump to this Obama thing. But you got this show now, so this is great.
Well, I mean, yeah, we can still touch on it on Tuesday, but I wanted to come up here. But before you give your take, I'm gonna let the video play out some more. I'm gonna let you give your take, then I'm gonna give mine.
Yep.
All right, let me play it.
Harris is at 78. It's a big gap in this state right now. And that can be closed because Biden is not Barack Obama.
Biden is not on, well, he was Obama's running mate. Right. Certainly some spillover there. But you cannot ask of every black candidate in the post-Obama era, you've got to come up with 92% of the black vote every time. That is just not a reasonable assumption. If the margins are as tight as they're likely to be in this race, that's going to cause you problems in Pittsburgh and in Philadelphia and in Detroit and in Milwaukee and in Atlanta and in all of the swing states. And so they're going to have to come up with a strategy. Now, Barack Obama is trying one strategy, trying to sort of connect with some of the black male voters who they think have been drifting away and are likely to drift away in these last 26 days. I'm not sure that's the right message.
I mean,
but they have to try something.
Yeah, I'm here. Barack Obama didn't try to connect with anybody on that video. And this is the thing. I don't know if that video was recorded like from a news camera. I don't know. Maybe somebody was recording on their cell phone. I don't know the particulars. I don't know if he knew that the shit was being recorded. I don't know. I kind of figured that he did, but he wasn't trying to connect with anybody. First and foremost, he was in a room full of Kamala supporters. So who are you connecting with? Them people voting for Kamala either way. So I find that kind of weird. But like I said, I'm trying to hear it out. So let me continue. Why do I keep doing that? My bad. I ain't got my mouse, and now okay. Here we go.
It's a lot of pressure. I mean, this is not a nice message. This is a very stern message.
Let me ask you a question, Abby and Nina. Let me say, I find it very interesting that we're trying to reach out to white men. We're trying to reach out to black men. The people whose rights are really on the ballot right now are women, and we're
Stop it right there. Lee McGowan is on that bullshit. What was the point? What was the point of you even bringing that up? Do you know how misandrous that sounds? Let's be honest, Van Cat. Let's be honest. What was the point of her saying that in the context of what we talking about?
She's trying to pull the narrative back to her interests.
That's some bullshit, Van Cat. That's some bullshit, bro. And this is exactly what I was talking about with the final battle. This is exactly what I was talking about. She basically said, "Hey, look, to hell with these men. The issue is abortion." And this is the problem. Again, you have to antiquate the position to everybody. But instead you say, "The hell with y'all." The more important issue is abortion, and that's a woman's issue solely. And this is the problem with Democrats, man. They position when it comes to the substance of how they convey stuff is off. It's off. And I knew this was gonna happen. I knew it. Once Kamala got into the race, I said, "Uh-oh." And quote unquote black and all that, put that on top with a cherry, man. And it's happening in full display right now. Let's continue.
begging all these men to pay attention to us and to care enough about this election, to vote, to come out, to support us. I feel like Barack going on the campaign trail right now makes perfect sense, of course, right? He's a top surrogate for Democrats. He should be out there doing the work right now. I think it's so amazing to me that with women's rights on the line, we're spending so much time focusing on making sure men care.
Because men, I don't know, it's because men are the problem right now for Kamala Harris.
I mean, women.
And by the way, Governor Walz, according to Politico, is going to be going out on a men tour, literally a tour of media to appeal to men.
They need to appeal to the needs of the voters. And so when I was a delegate for President Obama in both of his elections in Ohio, right now the vice president is down 11 points in Ohio, even though I fully expect President Trump to take Ohio as he did twice, but to be down 11 points compared to President Biden, that is a problem. But this other issue I want to bring up is a problem too. Why are black men being lectured to? Why are black men being belittled in ways that no other voting group? Now, a lot of love for former President Obama, but for him to single out black men is wrong. And some of the black men that I have talked to have their reasons why they want to vote a different way. And even if some of us may not like that, we have to respect it. So unless President...
Stop right there, Venkat. Now, Nina Turner came in and gave it to us straight.
Progressive.
And yeah, you're right. Nina Turner is very progressive.
Yep.
But
she's laying out a really thought-provoking point here. And I was thinking about it hard when I heard her say that. And
I mean, you can't deny. I don't care what side of the aisle you on. You cannot deny how that looked from a certain perspective. You just can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't do it at all. And to me, it did nothing but hurt further that sentiment when it comes to the perspective of black male voters. It did. I
Right.
don't know who Obama's PR person. I don't know, but that wasn't a good look. And
It's not.
this is the crazy part about it. This is the second time that
Yeah.
Obama has done so. The second time, everybody remember Cousin Pookie.
Yep.
Get Cousin Pookie off the couch to vote. Everybody remember that. So this is your second time doing it. So now I can only be to the assumption that, look at these niggas. They ain't worth a damn anyway. We got to let's shame them into vote.
See,
You know what I'm saying?
This is showing the difference between progressives in the party of the Democrat Party and centrists and
Establishment Democrat.
Right. Because if you look at The View, the way they took all of this in is completely different than the sentiments that you're hearing on this panel. And it's like they're totally, like, it went right over their head. They didn't see this aspect of it. And that's why the progressives are more realistic about what's going on and more pragmatic about it. And, it's a missed opportunity. Right now, progressives have lost a few races, notable races the last few months, and people are writing them off. But the real perspective of what people feel usually comes from the progressives. And to not listen to what they're saying is a problem. The TYT, very progressive. I'm just saying, they're bringing up issues about this. And with Kamala Harris, you have a few missteps. And those missteps, even though Trump is frailing, it doesn't matter because for some reason, he's not being held accountable like she is. Any little action is a big action in the eyes of many people. Trump is expected to pee on himself. That's just a given. So his success that he's had in the last 2 weeks isn't really even his. It's just he's getting the benefit of the doubt, even on things that he's not really doing. Because if she endorses the Cheneys, that's not a good look for her. I don't know who the hell think that that's a good look. Like to say that, like we forget who the Cheneys are. It's cool, yeah, they're voting for me, but don't double down on it. Don't constantly reminding and talking about it and making little campaign ads. That's not a position of power. Dick Cheney should be in jail for the war crimes he did in the Bush administration. That's not what you want to go for, huh?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to ask you. Again, like I said, I disagree with the point that you're making about the totality of the response of progressive. I think it's nuanced. It's more nuanced. What Nina Turner is talking about is very direct because it directly affects her because she's a black woman.
Yeah.
The video that you showed in regards to the latest polls, which it wasn't even really about the polls. It was about the odds from the polls.
Yeah.
Because the polls still show Kamala lead. But based on the tightening of the window, the odds are more in favor toward Trump, and that's what
that's a problem.
That's what Cenk Uygur was talking about. That's a shock jock response. I don't put nothing into.
I think he's just saying, hey, he wants her to win, but he's pointing out some missteps, and it's something that shouldn't be ignored. It just shouldn't. I just think it's more responsible. I remember 2016, people leaning in hard on Hillary, and all the polls were just leaning in that she's going to win. I think just being a little bit more honest. I think when you talk like this, it keeps people engaged, and it'll make you. Because I know I did this myself, where I didn't vote in 2000. thinking it wasn't a big deal. Well, 2000 came down to Florida. I was in Florida, and we saw what
Hell,
happened there.
2000 came down to your county because those votes was in Palm Beach County.
Exactly. And I didn't think that there was a chance in hell Bush was going to win. And then again in 2004, I was like, well, after what happened in 2000, it could never be. So I didn't really feel compelled that I needed to do it. I was like, there's no reason. So after that, in 2008 and up, I've never missed a vote again because I didn't think that it was that dire. So right now, we can have that moment repeat itself right now because there's a sense and feeling that Kamala has it. Oh, she got this. There's no way this guy's a complete incompetent idiot. And no, there's things here that should give you pause. And I think when people bring it up, instead of shooting the messenger, we should be mindful of what it is and respond in kind. And I think that's what they're doing. They're not saying they want Trump to win, but they're showing that it's not that, clear cut that she's gonna win.
Yeah, I get your point, but I don't put Nina Turner in the same box with Cenk Uygur. I don't do that. Cenk Uygur is a faux aggressive. I don't. Hell, Nina Turner got some type of validity. Cenk Uygur don't got no validity toward him.
Oh man,
I'm just being real. He don't. But like I said, we'll talk about because I really want to get into that. We'll save it for Tuesday. But but with Nina Turner, everything that she said up until this point is valid.
Yes.
How first and foremost, who is anybody to shame who they vote for? I didn't got shit to do with that. No, nor see, it's a thing that a lot of these I don't even know how to describe them. These black, quote unquote, quasi conservatives talk about the Democratic plantation and all of that. What Obama did yesterday pretty much validated that plantation.
Yeah. Yes, it did. Yeah.
and that's I can't defend that. I can't defend it at all.
It's not just Obama. It's Joe Biden, right? Like you're not black if you don't vote for me.
Yeah.
So is that idea? Crazy. Yeah. Even though it's not, I get where they're coming from. That this guy has no interest in you. But what's it to say about the Democrats that they're willing to vote for a piece of trash like that because you're not doing enough? When you say you're going to do things like Joe Biden, right? He did a lot of great things here and there. But you know what he didn't do? He didn't push for the minimum wage to increase. And he dumped that quickly. And when you have the Voting Rights Act and all the black women, black people in general that voted for him, all the Latinos that voted for him, all the people that voted for him that would have benefited from a Voting Rights Act bill, and they didn't get that done either. And I think people are at the point right now where they're tired of them saying, well, we tried, but it didn't go through. Kind of like the stuff Mike says, And I understand that. And you got to be able to produce something. You just went through COVID as the president, and you didn't come out of that situation with a higher minimum wage. You need people to earn more with the spiking cost of everything from housing to food to everything. How do you not come out of a higher minimum wage? If he would have had that on his resume, even though he has so many other great things or whatnot, some people just can't see that. But you know what? Everybody can see an increased minimum wage. It's something you cannot take for granted. And it's something they could have ran on that showed that they were willing to fight to do something. But very early, Biden dropped that because he's not interested in doing that. And it shows. Now they're paying for it.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But on the same token, we got a guy saying everything gonna be all right once we put these tariffs on China. like the comparison ain't there, Venkat. I'm sorry, it's not.
I know. And for me and you, yes, we get that. But a lot of these people, they don't get that. All they get is the way he makes them feel. And with the Democrats having to do a lot of the cleanup work, after a Republican president, they got to clean up a lot, and they get dirty in the process, and they don't look so good. Plus, they don't market themselves very well. You know, they may do
you're right. Yeah,
legitimate
they
things,
bad. They've been bad at that for decades.
and that's really the biggest problem of all. There's no reason Joe Biden with this economy, because it's not as bad. It's bad in a sense, but it's not nearly as bad as it was.
The economy is great, bro.
I know it's booming. It's booming.
The inflation just dropped again
Yeah,
yesterday.
I know.
Yesterday we had a new all-time stock market record. Like, the economy is great. It's not the economy. See, it's the semantics of what people think the economy is.
Yeah, what they're feeling that it is. There's no legitimacy behind it. It's the feeling and the rhetoric around it. And Trump has been dumping on this economy forever. He talked about Obama's economy being bad forever when he was running. And 2 months into when he got in the White House, all of a sudden, the economy is very real. Like, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, and to that point, talking about going back to Obama, his speech was great yesterday.
Oh yeah,
the actual speech was great. He even mentioned that, brought up your point, Van Camp.
Yep, I've been saying that forever, and he finally said it.
Said that great economy that Trump talks about, that was my economy. He said
exactly. He needs to own that.
People pop.
Yep, he needs to own that because it's true. But that's the thing, though. Trump has been saying these things about his situation that are not really true or semi-true. Obama actually did something and he barely says anything. So does Joe Biden. Joe Biden barely said anything when he accomplished things. Like, the Democrats don't really feel like they should have to say anything. They think the people are going to know, and that's just not the case. And that's why they find themselves where they're at right now. This should be a landslide victory for the Democratic Party. But for the race to be close, it's crazy. This guy's a convicted felon. All the issues, his rap sheet is ridiculous. But yeah, it's a perceived close race. Even though some people say that it's probably could be a landslide for either party, depending on how the votes go. But we'll see.
The way the poll, like, again, if we're gonna go off poll, I don't go off of polls. But if we're gonna go off of polls the way it is now, with the margin of error in some polls being as high as 6%. If we going off of how tight it is now, hell, let's just say 50-50. If the margin of error is 6 points, positive, negative, that would be a landslide. If you win a presidential election with 6 points, that's a landslide. In my book.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, hell, if we going off of that logic, it will be a landslide either way. But that's what that to me, that's the confusion of polls. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't go off of it. That's why I didn't make a big hoopla yesterday, a couple days ago when the polls came out. Because and you got to take into consideration too, the sample sizes are so small. Go ahead.
You notice how like, for the longest, Kamala Harris been beating his ass in the polls, and like, it's not just the 3-point lead, it's the fact that Biden was down by 5-6 points in some scenarios, and then she took a 1 point or a 3-point lead. So that's a hell of a swing, and like, it's not a big deal then. But as soon as some shift in that happens, now it's a legitimate thing, and the picking and choosing of when the polls matter is so ridiculous to me.
I agree with that. Hell, to me, the polls never matter. So I agree. I think you need to be consistent in how you do it, and be put a focal point on the persistence of the sample size. Again, let me say that, and then I'm gonna finish the video. That video that you put in the group chat the other day, because I looked at it like 3-4 times.
Yeah,
I wanted to see, like, where is he getting. Cenk Uygur wasn't talking about the actual swing state polls. He wasn't talking about the polls that were out like YouGov and Quinnipiac, and he was talking about the odds based on the calculation of the poll. It took a minute for me to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
So in the betting, because they do betting odds on election now. That's a new phenomenon.
Which is crazy.
and a lot of these polling websites take that into account. So with all the calculation, that's how they had Trump leading. They not necessarily in the poll, because if you look at the polls right now in the swing states, the blue wall, she's still leading, but it's only by like 1 or 2 points.
Right.
So based off of those calculations, they did some stuff in the Betnod website, and now it's projecting, like, I think it said what, 57? It was some kind of crazy number. I forget. 54. It was some type of crazy number for Trump. And I looked at it, I was like, huh? Like, that don't even make sense. She's leading what you need to lead in the key swing. Like, but I get it, because they're looking at total calculation and odds and favorites and all that. So Cenk Uygur, the faux aggressive, came on and made this and got everybody scared, and now everybody talking about it. but like I said, I'm gonna keep. Hopefully, you put that into a segment on TF, because like I said, it need to be talked about.
Yeah, it does.
Because it wasn't just him that did it. It was some more faux aggressive that did it. But like I said, I
just want to say one thing real quick, though, MD. As politically active as I've been for the last decades or so, I've never been polled before. After an election, before an election.
Well, I'm glad you said that too, because matter of fact, let me say it now. You do know, in a lot of these polls, and I just saw a video about this today. Matter of fact, they were talking about YouGov and how YouGov works. Do you know how you get polled in YouGov? It's through landline.
Right. Right. I don't have a landline.
Exactly. So who are the people that are being polled through these landlines? Like that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. They were looking at another who was that? It was some poll. It was some poll I ain't never heard of. They do it through blast text. Who's paying attention to these texts? And who's to say that they giving factual information?
But even
the poll system is broken.
Even with the exit polls, I can remember going in and voting, and when I left, there was no like exit poll or any sort of like, well, take this little questionnaire. There was nothing like that.
Oh, well, yeah, they do that in Georgia. In Georgia, after you finish voting, right after you finish voting on the same screen, it's almost like a census. Almost, you can put in. You don't have to do it,
right?
But you can put in all your stuff, your race, age, blah blah blah, and that's how they do exit polling in Georgia.
Yeah,
see, Georgia is so smooth. First of all, we don't have to register a party. We don't have to do that, which is good.
Right.
They everything is streamlined. Now, of course, they trying to steal the vote and all that, but at the same time, it's very in and out in Georgia. It's always been like that since I've been voting. So I know a lot of other states it ain't that simple, but Georgia got it down pat. They got it down pat. I must admit to that. They might not never let me vote again based on what they're doing, but as of right now, they got it down pat. You know what I mean? And now it's gonna be even crazy, because we still have the machines, but now they're gonna have to print out each individual transcript of everybody vote and hand count it. That shit is gonna take forever.
Not only that, but it's gonna bring errors.
Yeah, because it's human error. And now it's on, and like I said, the Georgia Supreme Court already done said, hey, look, the slightest little thing, if a poll watcher, a poll worker, if it's any type of any type of errors involved anywhere, that's a means of bringing it to the Supreme Court. And who knows what can happen after that? That's when the fake electors might come in, for all I know.
Exactly.
So, it's jacked up. But let me finish up what Nina Turner is talking about, then because I'm going to play the Megyn Kelly video too. So hold on, give me a second.
President Barack Obama is going to go out and lecture every other group of men from other identity groups. My message for Democrats is
let me stop it right there because that's the point that I wanted to make. Barack Obama doesn't have the ability to lecture every other group because
He's not a part of them.
point, yeah, exactly. His point was to specifically demean us based on the confirmation bias of quote unquote identity. That's why he did it.
Yeah.
He don't have the luxury of doing that to white people.
Right.
I'm not saying that he can't. I'm saying it's not gonna look good, just like it don't look good here. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm kind of glad Tim Walsh talked about this. I was looking at a video of him. He's doing that mail tour, like Nina Turner said. That should have been where you should have brought this up at, because at least you would have had a focus group to attach to with Tim Walsh and Barack. But hey, it is what it is. Let me finish playing this.
Don't bring it here to black men who, by and large, don't vote much differently from black women. And why? As a politician, we should be trying to get all voters to vote. And hopefully there are a few good men out there who do care about the stripping away of some of women's bodily autonomy. But this is wrong for President Obama. It is a wrong course for the Harris-Walz campaign to lay at the feet of black men when they have their reasons. In 2020, the vice president was labeled a cop, as we know.
But do you think, sorry to interrupt you, Nina, but do you think he's right that one of the reasons is because they don't like the idea of a woman?
It might be some listen, black men are socialized in the same society as any other man. So yes, is misogyny maybe a part of it? But again, is President Obama and is the Harris-Walz campaign going to lecture other male groups in the same way that they're lecturing
This is not just about.
Yeah, I could pretty much stop it there because the other guy, he go on. But yeah, I'm glad that Nina Turner said that. And at least Nina Turner had the gall to say, hey, look, I get it. There is I wouldn't even say a fraction, because me, honestly, and this is to Trevor's point, me, honestly, I believe it's mostly misogyny, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so too.
But again, Obama has to put these people in position to expose themselves. He didn't do that. He just wagged his finger. You know what I'm saying? Like what if we would have got Obama like with a round table? It could have been private. It really didn't have to be no cameras. Hey, look, this is a nonpartisan round table discussion. It ain't about Republican or Democrat. I just want to find out what are y'all's grievances when it comes to the Harris campaign as it stands right now. He could have did that. I mean, hell, when Obama first went to Chicago, his whole thing was being a community organizer.
Yeah.
So be a community organizer. Or organize, because they're still in the black community. Organize these black people, these quote-unquote disgruntled black people, and figure out what the problem is. Like, who are you to be Bill Cosby and wag your finger and tell me to pull my pants up? Like who the hell are you? I mean, yeah, I get it. You're Barack Obama, but hey, like, what are we doing here?
See, this is the reason why.
Hey, Tequila, what's going on?
This is the reason why Joe Biden has definitely got a spot on the Super Duck, the Golden Duck of the year. He's gonna be on the Super Duck because this conversation would have been happening last year, a whole year before we got to this point. And we would have got all this stuff hashed out and done with. And whether it would have been Kamala Harris or somebody else, this would have been in the rearview mirror, and we would be in a stronger position here. But because they had to hustle and move and make things happen, it's still it's still a vulnerable position right now. I mean, the Trump show, his campaign has been a train wreck for sure. But he's being graded on a curve. Kamala Harris is not.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris, every little thing she does is it's not a good look. She couldn't get the union endorsement. I don't care what anybody says. That's a problem.
Yeah.
And it's not a problem that's just made up. They had a hand in some of these union members not wanting to go that route because of actions that they played in the administration the last couple of years. But even with that being said, it would be foolish to believe that Donald Trump is going to be the savior for unions. That's just ridiculous. That's like saying Ronald Reagan had your back if you're a union member. So,
Yeah,
but I think some
you're
people
right.
they're so fed up that they're like, you know what? Let's just make a point now and bite the bullet now. And if we go the wrong direction, at least we made an example now, so that down the road we can always point to. Remember 2024 when you didn't have our support. So the Democratic Party been believing that certain votes automatically belong to them, and it's on full display that yes, that's how they think. Joe Biden, Barack Obama, and a lot of them, Schumer, they believe that all these things are automatic and they don't have to do nothing special to uphold or appease those voters. You didn't have the Voting Rights Act, you didn't have minimum wage, and you didn't have a host of other things. Paid family leave, those things need to be a reality. They can't be one of these days we're gonna get it done. 30th anniversary tour. It needs to be a done deal. And there were times they could have pushed it, but they just held back. So people are pissed off and they want real change. And I want to say one more thing. On The View, Sonny Holston asked Kamala Harris, what's the difference between you and Joe Biden and how the administrations are going to be? And she said she couldn't really see a difference. So people are looking for a change and they're looking for something different. And if people are pissed off for whatever reason, whether valid or invalid, whatever, they just want something different than what they've been experiencing. So if you're the candidate running and initially you're talking about we're not going back, and now you're talking about Dick Cheney and Liz Cheney and you own a gun and you're going to shoot somebody if they come in your house. Well, now you sound like a Republican. Now you sound like something that you're not supposed to sound like, and it's not the change that they want. And you also you sound like Joe Biden and doing the same things he did. And
But at the same time, though, Venkat, you got to admit, Joe Biden has been with legislation and policy, has been probably the most progressive.
Yes, he has. But we know that.
You got to admit that.
We know that, but they don't know that. A lot of people don't know that. Look at how people don't even know that Trump stopped the immigration bill and pissed off about not having an immigration bill.
You're right. You're right. And that's sad. That's real sad.
That makes it tough. So, yeah, I mean, we know this because we're watching all season long. There's some people that are here just for the playoffs.
Yeah, I get you. So I'll ask you this before I play the next video. So do you believe with the combination of, like I said, because I did hear what she said on The View. Now I don't really see a problem with her saying that. There's not much of a difference. Maybe she could have added to it, maybe saying that it was more of a continuation of some of the progressive policy. I get it. But in combination with that, the because she was with Liz Cheney just last week. Liz Cheney stuff.
Not a good look.
Do you compliment all of that with what's going on with the scare in the polls right now?
I think that has an effect. Yeah, I think that definitely has an effect. I remember Liz Cheney may be a Republican, but to a lot of Republicans, aka MAGA people, she's already been toxified by Donald Trump. So Liz Cheney coming up saying stuff is not really like a good thing for a Republican, and definitely not for a Democrat. So who is this for?
Well, I mean, in Liz Cheney's defense, Liz Cheney is an actual Republican.
I understand
she's the real deal. You know what I'm saying?
I get that, but MAGA right now don't like her. Progressives, Democrats in general shouldn't like her, especially for what that legacy of her family left in the government. So Who are you doing? What are you doing this for? Like, it'd just be cool. Oh, Liz Cheney endorsed, boom. And then move on. Don't be like strapping her against your chest like she's some type of toxic repellent. She is a toxin. Like
But you don't.
people,
But you don't think that the never Trump Republicans, you don't want to try to vie for their vote because they're not voting for Trump.
they already voting for her. We already seen evidence that those never Trumpers, they are on board. They're on board. So you don't have to overdo it with Liz Cheney. It's a mute point because people don't forget, or at least they shouldn't forget, when you hear that Cheney name, that has a bit of stink on it. And George
I
Bush,
get it.
George Bush, you don't see George Bush running around talking all this crap because he knows what his legacy is. It's not a good look. Like in that piece on the CNN, I think it was on the CNN piece, one of the guys said how Barack Obama shouldn't be out there as a surrogate leading the way because after his around his reelection in the midterms, he lost so many Democratic senators and congressmen that with the 2010 Tea Party movement, all those people came in and all these Democrats lost their seats, and then Trump got in off of his presidency. It wasn't like his presidency was so strong. Like Ronald Reagan, his vice president got in. Barack Obama, after he did his 8 years, the following Democrat did not get in. So it's like they're saying, like, maybe he's not the best person to be speaking in this moment right now. So you got to be mindful of these things, like what we're saying, what we're doing. I just don't think that that's the best strategy. And her talking about guns and talking about bringing the strongest military and like even in the DNC, there was some moments when she said things. I'm like, is this a Republican from the 80s talking? Like, it's weird. It's weird, man. You can never go wrong with progressive policies. You can never do that because you're talking about things that working class people want, things that working class people are for, and majority of Americans are all for it. Paid family leave. You want to get that minimum wage up. You want to have more protections for workers getting injured on jobs and whatnot. Like, you got to go for that stuff. You don't be going for, I have my rifle. Like that's a huge disconnect. Nobody cares about that right now. They want
I don't know about all that. I
people
mean,
have been people
you
have been
can't deny the
busting their
moderates.
ass.
You can't deny the moderates, man. You can't.
Yeah, but when you look at about the issues on the campaign and whatnot, you got to speak to the things that matter. They're talking about eggs prices and all that other crap. Yeah, but you have to recognize the everyday American issues over these hypotheticals or these ideals of classic republicanism and classic democratic issues. You're just saying that to make people feel a certain way, but we need actual substantive policy changes. And I don't think that she leaned in since the DNC in the right direction. Going that Cheney route and all this other stuff has really hurt. And it doesn't help to just now she's taking on all these interviews. And maybe being so late in the game, we should have probably went in harder on that. And that's probably the Biden people running her campaign that messed that up, where you hide the candidate and blah, blah, blah.
Well, I mean, she had a very short window to get ready.
Right.
So I don't put that on her because I mean this is a unique situation. But let me play this Megyn Kelly video because this is the other side.
Okay.
So I'm gonna play this Megyn Kelly and this is what was going to happen all along. I knew this was going to happen. Like I said, I don't know who Obama's PR guy is, but this was terrible. And now it's a literal shit show with the MAGA maniacs. And this is from Megyn Kelly of all people. Let me yeah, so it's up there. All right, here we go. Get this ready here.
So let's start with Barack Obama, who apparently swung by, he's out on the campaign trail for Kamala, and he swung by a campaign office. Was it in Pennsylvania? That's where he's been, I think. And yeah, Pittsburgh. And decides to offer this little, and Barack Obama doesn't do anything unintentionally. So clearly he wanted this to get out there. Decides to offer this little ditty to the black men who are reluctant, according to polls, to vote for Kamala Harris.
Part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that. And so now you're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you because you think that's a sign of strength, because that's what being a man is, putting women down. That's not acceptable. We have not yet seen
Not acceptable.
the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. When you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences.
We should be voting for a Van Cat. First of all, because we brothers. That's first and foremost. He's noticing a lack of enthusiasm, specifically with the brothers. Like, come on, man. I can't, bro. I cannot. If this is what you feel, this needs to be a headline with you going out and trying to figure out what the issue is. Not telling the but so he was at a campaign office somewhere close to Pittsburgh, because that's where he was at.
Mm-hmm.
He was at a so this doesn't even register with them, because they work for Kamala Harris. So basically, this is what I get from it.
The theatrical performance here.
Right. And I guess a rallying cry as opposed to putting more effort into garnering the attention of that specific group. That's what I got out of it. But
yeah, but the people that feel that way ain't gonna change off of that speech there.
No, of course they're not. But they can change if you show to them their stupidity, which Obama is great at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if this is how he truly felt, based on the data, why not have a town hall or a round table discussion?
That would have been better.
Lay this shit out on the table. If it's really an issue that has that much of an impact on what you're trying to do in the campaign, lay it out. If you're going to make it a quote unquote black issue, because that's what you just did.
Wait, you're saying lay it out. Now, who should lay it out? Should it be Kamala Harris? Should it be Barack?
No, it shouldn't be. No, it should be a man. Barack or some other black man. I don't give a damn what black man you throw out there. It shouldn't be Kamala. Because Kamala, again, me and you agree. I'm Trevor in the building. Trevor said it too. This is an issue. This is a gender issue. I don't give a damn what nobody say. That they felt some type of way about Biden, and they touted the misinformation that came out with Trump, and it further got exacerbated when Kamala took the reign.
Yeah,
because she's a quote unquote black woman, and then all hell broke loose. and for you to come out and say what you said, basically in defense of black women. I'm not saying you can't defend black women, but I'm saying that you purposefully demean black men with the specific intention of solidifying a nature of what the black woman's supposed to be, not just in a presidency, but from a social hierarchy. Again, I always talk about it. Social hierarchy perspective of what you think should be the main focal point in regards to this election.
Yeah.
Lee McGowan said it, and she a white woman. She said, "The hell with, I don't give a damn if you black, white, the hell with you if you're a man. This is about women's health care."
Yeah.
Who gets that? That's basically what she said. Who gives a damn if they vote or not? We enough to hold the reins and make sure she get in. That's what Lee McGowan basically said. How anybody on that panel let that shit slide? See, Nina Turner usually get off in somebody's ass. I'm surprised. I'm surprised she didn't get off in Lee McGowan ass after she said that. Cause she usually go off on somebody. But I guess she said, "Let me keep my cool," and you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what it is. Let's play the rest. And you can jump up here, Trev, if you want. This is a Man Talk Monday episode, pretty much. Because, I mean, that's what it come down to.
Yep.
You have to work harder and do more.
Work harder and do more.
Wow. Unbelievable. The not in there, I think, was his line. "You're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that." Really bold. And I mean, honestly, Mark, pretty offensive stuff. Like, the only reason a black man might not be voting for her is they don't like women. They don't want to vote for a woman.
Well, I think probably we'll all agree that hectoring, lecturing Barack Obama is not the optimal, attractive Barack Obama. But the only thing I'll say about this is a sustained problem. It was a problem for Joe Biden, getting the support of young black men and young Hispanic men also. It's a problem for Kamala Harris that could cost her.
Now, he just lied. We just saw the poll just out of Pennsylvania alone.
90-something.
You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But
that's what they love doing that. They're gonna twist.
Right.
They're gonna twist things when they want to.
But Obama gave them the ammunition to do it.
Yeah, it did, because it's legitimizing this. And this was all fabricated by Trump earlier when he's like, "My indictments make people in the black community more sympathetic to me and my plight and blah blah blah."
Because it make me look like a nigga.
Right. And the AI pictures that weren't real, showing them hugging up on black people and whatnot, like all this stuff led to this moment right now. And you know, this is the problem with Trump and his lies, and they build up over time. And by the time it's being debunked, it's too late. We're here.
Yeah, and Negroes, because they don't know how to research or do nothing. Whatever they say, whatever Megyn Kelly said, that's what I got to go off of. Because Democrats do such a bad job,
yes,
at putting the information out for everybody to absorb. But let me continue.
Through the election, and the way they've been trying to make these appeals hasn't worked. So does this one seem like it will work? Probably not to anyone here or anyone we know, but it is getting news coverage. It is getting out there that they have a problem. And I think unless somebody can offer up a better solution than this, hectoring, lecturing Obama might be the best they have.
I don't know if that's true, Sean. I mean, we're checking the internet this morning
now
just
check
to see
this out.
How are black men who are at least on X responding to this.
X of all
here's
places.
a sampling of what we found.
Check it out.
I don't know about y'all, but I think that my ancestors fought far too hard for my right to vote in this country for me to support someone just because they look like me. Especially when that person who looks like me doesn't give a damn about me. She hasn't created a single job. She is actually probably uniquely terrible at her job.
With the brothers.
He kind of tugged his own.
With the brothers. He ain't your brother, brother.
In that room, did it seem like he said anything that could get them to change their mind?
Boy, if any black men are at a Kamala Harris rally, their mind is already made up.
Yeah, for real.
Sorry, Obama. I'm a black man, and I'm voting for Donald Trump for president, and there is no amount of lecturing or bullying or shaming that you can do that is going to make me change that decision. I am not afraid to vote for Kamala Harris because she is a woman. I refuse to vote for Kamala Harris because she has spent the last 4 years destroying this country. Maybe the surrogate black dad for a lot of fatherless black boys that are running around this country, but I got a dad. I know who he is, and it ain't you.
The nerve to look.
Did you hear that shit?
I know. And by the way, I mean, these people were not borderline or they're objectively thinking of what's the best move for them. They were already gonna go this route. And some of these niggas, they love to play the spoiler to everything. Oh, everybody expects me to be here, so I'm gonna do the opposite. And I'm gonna love trolling people and they want attention. And this is their moment to get the attention. Oh, the camera's on me right now because I'm a person that says I'm not voting for Kamala. And it's just frustrating because we shouldn't be giving these people a limelight right now. And I think that Obama saying that just opened the floodgates for this kind of buffoonery.
That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. And like I say, it's only gonna get worse from here. It ain't over. It's only gonna get worse from here. But what Obama did was just pour gasoline on the fire. That's what he did. It's the final battle. That's exact. I mean, for a nigga to come on Instagram or whatever he was on,
right,
and say that a surrogate father to the fatherless black people. What type of shit is that? What type of shit is that? like you did this, Barack Obama. You did this shit.
But even I mean, their reply is like you said, X. I don't know, it's Twitter, Twitter X or whatever.
Elon Musk shithole. Speaking of Elon Musk, did you see his little event yesterday he had?
No.
Man, that motherfucker is crazy. Yeah, he revealed, he coming out with he had the cyber van and he had like some robots out there dancing and shit. Man, it's Skynet is coming.
Yeah.
It's coming, man. So you might as well get ready. Hopefully I'll be dead, because man, this shit is about to get crazy.
Yep.
And also he had like a little discussion where he was talking about Trump, and he basically said, hey, look, and this is his exact words. He said, if Trump loses the election, I'm fucked. What am I supposed to take out of that?
Right.
What do you want me to get out of you saying that?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's crazy. Basically saying you done put all your chips in for whatever situation that you may find yourself in a Trump administration. If it don't turn out, I don't know what have you done in order to be fucked? I don't get it. So it's some nefarious things going on, man. I don't know.
In the eyes of black men who are out here working their
listen to the music,
grinding, taking care of their families, mature, responsible men, spiritually mature men, handling their business. This man that is worth, some estimates say, of $75 million, has then the audacity to tell these same black men that it is unacceptable for you to vote any other way than what I tell you.
Man, this Opie looking at
the last guy there, Sean.
Megan, since we've been talking, I actually got somebody else who just sent me. It says, it would be a shame if Barry saw this, and it's another clip. Look, I don't know that there's any group of young men, whether it's black men, white men, Asian men, Hispanic men, that want to be lectured by the old guy and say, you're stupid, you're dumb. This is
all right. That's all I need to see. Notice ain't no black
that's
people
a
in the panel.
panel of white Republicans talking this crap, man. Like, come on.
Yeah. So I'd like to say I just wanted to play that in contrast because the Republicans gonna eat the shit up.
Yeah.
They gonna eat it up because it's just more fuel to the fire. and it shouldn't have came down to you saying that and not at the very least being able for somebody to give you pushback in order for you to antiquate why you feel that way.
Right.
Like you ain't top nigga in charge. You know what I'm saying? You can't just tell me what I should do and I do it.
Right.
At the very, like you, Barack Obama, I know you are one of the most eloquent Negroes on planet Earth. I know you can have the sensibility to at least go where these people are and find out what the issue is. I know you could do that.
Well, that sounds like they weren't doing the groundwork.
Maybe, like I said, I think he was trying to inspire these campaign workers to do it. But I mean, bro, you brought it to the forefront. Therefore, it should be. You like I said, it could be somebody else. But the discussion should be had on a national scale. It should be had at this point because y'all made it an issue. Me personally, I don't think it's an issue. I think no matter what these fringe group of Negroes say on Twitter,
right,
the number is still going to be damn near 90%.
It is. I don't think that she's even going to land at the 78% with them. I think it'll probably be in the mid to high 80s.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah,
this is a fringe group of people on social media. You know what I'm saying? This is not the voice of Black American men. It's not.
Right. But this all happened with Donald Trump and his lies and deception about how much of the black vote he was going to garner. And then that story just kept running and running and running. And now we're treating it like it's a major legitimacy to it. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. So, like I said, man, it's only going to get worse from here because now the conversation is validated.
Right.
And I was even seeing, like, I was watching posts on X earlier, and black women were posting it and said, hell, he ain't say nothing wrong, blah blah blah, and there you go with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's on both sides. It's on both sides.
Yeah.
And hell, the white woman gave it more validation. Said the hell with all of them. That's what she said. That's what she said. So in layman's terms, she said, the hell, I don't give a damn if you black, white, the hell with all men. This is an election about abortion. Why are we spending so much time worried about getting the male vote? Fuck the male vote. Is what she said.
That's an unfortunate thing to say. But I mean, I'm not going to downplay. I mean, first of all, there's more women than men. And that abortion decision that the Supreme Court landed, which is pretty much Trump's decision, that is going to have a hell to pay. Ever since Roe v. Wade went down, they've been losing everything that's on the ballot about abortion. So I don't expect that he's going to come out unscathed with that. That they should have painted more and take more time to paint Trump to that even more. They should have been leaning more and more on that instead of doing this, because it's the truth and it needs to be known. People are dying because they can't get the abortions that they need because of some specialized scenario or situation that they're in. That's life and death. And because doctors are afraid to perform surgeries because they might be liable, people are dying. So there is a case there to be made, but I ain't never heard nobody in politics just so dismissive of any groups of voters that you can garner. Makes no sense.
Yeah, it don't.
That's a horrible strategy.
I've never heard that. But I got a conspiracy about the whole abortion thing anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you notice, when it comes to like post intercourse contraception, Republicans are real quiet about that. It's really the Democrats that are making noise saying, "Oh, that's going to be next." I believe now. This is me. I believe that this is all a ploy with Big Pharma to try to sell more like Plan B and shit like that. Everybody know that's an industry. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the Republicans are the ones that usually take the bribe money. So, you know, and like I said, this is tinfoil hat. I ain't got no research behind it. But I believe they trying to get rid of abortion to make more of a demand with post-intercourse drugs. That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I can't.
Yeah, Big Pharma told them, hey, look, just get rid of abortion altogether. That way we can sell more Plan B pills. You know what I'm saying?
But isn't there a segment of Republicans that they're against that too?
Yeah. But Trump has never see. I can at least say Trump switched up in regards to abortion, but Trump never said anything about post intercourse contraception. Never.
Right.
Now, yeah, you got a certain sector, hardcore.
Yep.
Conservatives that don't want no hell. They'll probably ban condoms if you let them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But that's the hardcore evangelical. That's them. Trump don't give a damn about those people. You know what I'm saying? Like in reality, he don't. Trump in the business of making money. If the big pharma give him money and tell him, hey, look, we need more demand with this, he gonna figure out a way to do it.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. But that's all I had, man. I just wanted to come up because, like I said, it's a hot topic, man.
It is real hot.
It's a hot topic, and it's not going away no time soon.
Mm-mm.
Like these Negroes on Twitter, some of these conversations. Hell, it was one guy cussed me out on Twitter
X?
earlier. Yeah, on X, yeah. I replied to a dumbass post he made, and man, he went in on me.
Sound like you got into the AEW group chat.
Yeah, he might as well. He went in.
Wow.
Called me a feminist, all type of shit.
That's feminist.
A feminist, bro. I said, what in the shit? Man, some of these people are crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Kelly in the house. Hey, Kelly, let me ask you a question. Never mind.
MD, what are you lying about today, MD?
Yeah. Never mind. Kelly, make sure you tune in November the 6th, man. A special election day coverage. 24 hours is what I'm doing. 24 hours. Let me stop lying. I'm not doing no. But
Are you working that day?
No, I'll be off.
Oh yeah, me too. I'll be off.
Yeah. I gotta find out when is because I need to vote as soon as possible.
Yeah, so, you gotta. I'm already done.
Yeah, I don't do absentee, but I got to figure out when early voting starts because I want to do it. I want to do it as soon as possible. I don't even want to be dealing with the lines. I don't damn.
Yep.
Yeah. They give us off. Well, actually, I'll be off for 2 days. I'll be off election day and the day after. But I'll be doing coverage, man. Hey, 25 more days, man, and this shit is finally over. Well, it's finally over in regard. It ain't gonna be over probably till another month after that.
Yep.
You know, because ain't no telling how long we'll know the results. Ain't no telling. Not this time. Not this time. It's gonna be crazy, man.
You're gonna hear Trump. If he loses, you're gonna hear Trump talk about we need to bring it to the Supreme Court. And why does he want it to the Supreme Court? Because there's a 6-3 advantage in his favor. That's why.
Yeah.
So he's gonna do anything to get it down to the Supreme Court vote, just like in 2000.
Yeah. Now I saw a video earlier today. They do like different scenarios and they look at the map. And that's the scenario that they were saying. They were actually talking about Nebraska because Lindsey Graham was in Nebraska today because he's advocating for putting up a prop vote to make Nebraska a winner take all state because they got they got the different delegates where if you win that certain district, you get that one delegate. So the situation that they brought up, hypothetically, if the Republicans can make Nebraska a winner take all, that'll be one extra electoral vote that they'll get because Nebraska is a Republican state.
Okay.
With that one electoral vote, if let's say I'll put the link in the chat or I'll put it in the group chat later.
I watch like these different YouTubers that they do the map and they go state by state and like how during the polls who's leaning and traditionally who wins the states.
Yeah.
And like there was one time this guy did it and it was like really close. It was like a difference of 2 points on both sides. So it's like something like that 1 point could probably tip it in the direction.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. He made a scenario where based off that one electoral vote, it would be 269.
Yeah.
And if it goes in a tie like that, the tiebreaker would be Congress. And if the tiebreaker is Congress, Democrats are fucked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, that only one electoral vote is important.
Yeah.
Now don't get it twisted. I don't believe in the I think it's Nebraska and I think the other state is Maine that does that. Where it's not winner take all. Those are the only 2 states that do it. I don't believe that should be. Hell, if you be honest, it should be one person, one vote anyway in a federal election.
Yes.
We shouldn't even be dealing with the Electoral College. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Especially with the history behind the Electoral. Based on the fucked up history behind the Electoral College, why do we even still have it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the 3/5 compromise came through the Electoral College.
Right. Yeah.
The compromise of 1877 came through this. Like, why are we even still dealing with it?
We're giving smaller states a bigger stake and voice.
Yeah.
For the majority. Yeah. That's just the most senseless thing of all time. It needs to be through the popular vote. And the reason why they're not pushing it is because if it was through the popular vote, I mean, in the last
there would be no more Republican Party.
Yeah, in the last 20 years, 25 years, only George Bush got the popular vote. Now it's during the height of 9/11 and all that other nonsense when they were on that whole patriotic vibe. And that's when he won the 2004 re-election. That's the only time they won the popular vote for a while. So
there would be no Republican Party, bro. Let me ask you this question, then I'm gonna get off. So what do you think about a parliamentary system? Meaning that we will have a system where Congress, we will vote for Congress and Congress would then decide based on majority who the president will be.
Oh, no, I don't like that at all.
Why not?
Don't look up the people that we get into Congress and now they're going to make that decision. They can't even make the most basic decisions. Congress approval rating is lower than warts on your ass. I mean, there's no way. I'm gonna put
but a lot of that. A lot of that is because of gerrymandering and supermajority and all that shit.
Yeah.
With a parliamentary system, you could. I'll put it to you like this: with a parliamentary system, you will have more parties.
Okay.
Like if you look at Europe, because that's what a lot of European countries got. They got parliamentary systems.
Yeah.
So like you vote in your MP. And whoever has majority within Parliament, that majority party decides who the prime minister is. And like in UK, it's like 6 of them. You know what I'm saying? It's all kind of parties. You got the Labours and the Tories and the super progressives, and you got all type of I think what was that last France?
Yeah.
France had like 11 different parties. You know what I'm saying? And what they did was they came together to fight the far right parties.
Right.
And that's how they decide. I mean, for your sake of how you view the argument, I wouldn't mind it, because ultimately we don't really vote for the president anyway. What we really vote for are the electors. Then they vote for the president. If you want to be technical, you know what I'm saying?
Right. That's true.
Like hell, but hell, a lot of people don't even understand that. Like you have some jackasses say, "Oh, Kamala Harris didn't get elected by the people." Well, we ain't start doing primaries until after 1968. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It was always open primaries at the convention. That's how this country was founded, dumbass. But hey, you can't tell the average person that. You can't do it.
It's tough. It's tough to have those kinds of conversations. It's just tough. Here we go.
Yeah,
MD,
Kelly says that. Yeah, the more I learn, the more people I want fired. Like 90% of both sides. These people. Yeah. I get you, Kelly, because you want an authoritarian ruler. I get it. You want everybody up out of it. It should only be one person ruling everything.
The thing though,
and that's Trump.
The thing though with the with politics, the politicians are only doing what people allow them to do, and the way the system is set up, where you have all these incentives for bribery, because that's what the politics in the United States is about. You know, Supreme Court legalized bribery, and now the people with the most money get to influence the people that are supposed to make the laws and decisions in the country. And that's why the results come out the way they do. And that's why I don't like when people water down both of those parties. The Democrat Party and Republican Party are two totally different parties. They are not the same.
Well, according to Kelly, it's the uniparty. it's the uniparty, and they all the same, and you know they two different wings of the same bird. You know, you hear all that shit. But
now,
what
you'll have like some similarities as far as like certain senators and congressmen that are deeper in the pockets of millionaires and billionaires in corporate America.
Yeah, like Joe Manchin.
Joe Manchin is a perfect example of that. Yeah. You know, and it's crazy. It's crazy, but if they need to change the law,
they created that though through Citizens United,
right?
That did all of this shit.
Yeah.
The name of the game is basically who can I do the reach around on to get the most money? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you go to these different industries and corporations. Hey, look, I'll do this for you. Just give me the money. You know what I'm saying? And that's the name of that's politics now. So I agree with you. It shouldn't be that.
Yeah, there needs to be a complete overhaul on all politics, all government, all everything. Starting with the Supreme Court. That's a compromise. That's a compromised court. And I already said what I feel should be done. I think that it don't need to increase. Keep it at the 9. I think that both parties should have 4-4, and then the one in the middle is the one that you vie for. Whoever's the sitting president gets to put that person in at when the time comes. So it's always a 4-5 ruling, and if you can pass something on a 4-5, then it's more legitimate than if it's a 6-3. You know, because come on, if it's a 6-3 conservative rule, and you see all these conservative bills passing, you see things that you never thought was going to happen, like Roe v. Wade getting overturned. Oh, why did that happen? Because there's a 6-3 rule of conservative judges on the court. This is why those things are happening. But if it was 4-5, there may be a situation where it would have not necessarily passed, and it would be more legitimized. You couldn't. We need the Supreme Court shouldn't even be political. It shouldn't even be.
Right.
We shouldn't even know what their politics are. And another thing, I'm tired of the Democrats always bowing and bending the knee to when they pick their judges. They're always middle of the road, there's never a liberal or a far left or nothing. But we get extreme right candidates all the time. And Merrick Garland, he has some hell to pay because he should have charged Trump bitch ass from years ago. But he is a Republican. He is a Republican. So, the fact that Joe Biden put him on there again, and that was a problematic thing. We need to see more progressives in here, man. I don't care what people say.
but you can't see, but that's the issue though, Venkat.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court, I mean, hell, really all the administrative jobs in the executive branch, the Supreme Court, these were founded to be nonpartisan agencies.
Right.
I don't have no issue with your party affiliation or what your values. I don't give a damn about none of that. You can, on your days off, you can go out and do whatever you got to do. Me personally, I don't have no issue with that. But when it comes to your interpretation of what the Constitution is, there should be strict scrutiny on how you define or rule on certain cases.
Right.
If it should be such a microscope on your decision to where if I see an inkling of political bias, your ass is out of there. That's really what it should be. Hey, you a MAGA? Cool. You got the right. Hell, you can vote at the end of the day. I can't take that away from you. But when you get up on this bench and you come out with a ruling, it's got to be pristine on nonpartisan bias.
A code of conduct.
There you go. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree. Like I said, it should be so strict of scrutiny. If I see anything that I think even look like political bias, your ass out of there. You know what I'm saying?
I think there should be a 10-year limit.
Well, I mean, that's cool.
20
I
max.
don't got no problem with. I ain't got no
20
problem with
is the max. This lifetime thing got to stop.
Yeah, I ain't got no problem. I ain't got no problem with a limit. The same thing. Remember, Obama appointed James Comer into the FBI. He was a staunch Republican.
That's what I'm saying. If the Democrats keep putting in Republicans in these positions, and why? It's ridiculous.
And then Trump turned around and fired him because he was about to investigate his ass.
Yeah, which that alone should.
But James Comey was by the book. He was a staunch Republican, but he never took that to the office. I at least give him that credit. Just like he investigated Hillary, he's gonna do the same thing to Trump.
Well, that was a suspect thing right there. I mean, we're talking about days before the election. Within a week's time, you're gonna open an investigation. Then the day before, you'll be like, okay, it's closed now. Like, come on.
And then he reopened it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, hey, man, it is what it is, man. But yeah, that's all I had tonight, man. I just wanted to come on real quick and talk about that because, like I said, man, it's a hotbed right now.
Yep.
It's hot. It is. It's hot. So yeah, we'll be back. So you'll be back on Tuesday, right? Your schedule back good and.
Yeah, I'm taking some time off starting late next week, so that's why my days. I was at one point I was working 9 days in a row, but I was able to get it changed to get tomorrow off to kind of break it up a little, and so I'll be working late on Sunday and then doing a long shift on Monday. But I should get out like about almost 4:00, so that'll give me the time to do TFP for 6:30. So. It'll work out on Tuesday.
All right, yeah, that'll work. Yeah, so yeah, I'll be taking a couple days but that'll be toward the end of the week. So yeah, that'll work out. That'll work out for me. That'll definitely work out for me.
Yeah, I really hated the fact that I had to miss that show, man, because I wanted to keep going. At least I didn't want to take any time off until the election was over. Because there's things that we gotta bring up, leading into the election.
Man, so you deserve it, bro. Like how many weeks straight?
I know, yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah, I was thinking, speaking of the prediction maps and whatnot, maybe that's a show we could do the week before the election, like like what if type scenarios, and you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, if Kamala win the blue wall, it's over anyway. You know that's just what I believe. If she win the blue wall, that's it.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn about nothing else. You can pretty much call the race after that. But again, we just don't know when the results will come out. We just don't know.
Especially when you got some states that are not letting people count. I mean,
yeah.
Earlier in the day,
shenanigans, man.
They should be counting. They should be counting early in the day. Those like my ballots and stuff that went out. That should get counted earlier in the day. I don't understand why that's not a thing. You know, it's like as if he wants the chaos to happen so he can point to suspicious stuff. You know, I think that's what he's about.
Yeah, yeah, and down there in your state, man. Like I said, I still believe it's gonna go red, but it's some noise going down in Florida. So let me ask you this: so with the whole thing with Milton, man, I've been seeing some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So, man, what's your congressman's name in your district? Is it a lady?
Yeah.
What's her name? I believe that's the one that they were talking about. I know it when you say it.
Gotta get back off the top of my head. I can't. I know. I can't think of.
They were talking about it earlier today. Talking about how they basically said no to the FEMA funding.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
And now they talking about ain't no FEMA money and all the FEMA money going to the immigrants and.
Which is ridiculous, and only $750, and that's all you're gonna get. Oh Lord, yeah,
man. Like I said, bro, this is
that
the
we didn't
weirdest.
talk about that too.
Yeah,
and Trump gonna get people killed with the misinformation.
I've never in my life heard a Republican complain about how much money somebody is getting. Like this is bizarro world, man. All my life, Republicans was so fiscally conservative to where you wouldn't get no money. You know what I'm saying? Now they saying, oh, it's not enough. Like where? Like I don't. But it's really not what it seems because they really don't give a damn about you. They just really making it a talking point for the election. I mean, that's clear because if you really gave a damn, you would have authorized the stopgap money, and FEMA would have had all the money that they needed. I found out today that the money that FEMA has now is actually a stopgap for the next fiscal year because they haven't did the budget for this year yet. You know that, right? You know, last week they had to do a stopgap, a continuing resolution because they still in recess right now.
No.
I mean, technically the government's supposed to be shut down right now because the deadline was October 1st, I believe.
Right.
Yeah, the government's supposed to be shut down, but they did a continuing resolution until they get back in November.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so the money that FEMA's using right now is not even money from this year's budget because they haven't did this year's budget.
Right.
That shit is crazy. Like this is the worst Congress in the history of America.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Congress approval rating is just dramatically low, man. It's just the most unproductive Congress in the history. It's just crazy.
How do you not have a budget and the fiscal year damn near over with?
Right. Wasn't Trump saying that he would want to shut down? He wants
that's what he said. Shut it down.
Yeah,
and the reason he said shut it down because nothing was done for the border. But you had a bill.
Border bill, yep.
Like, bro, this is crazy.
And there's no accountability. There's no accountability for the stuff he does, man. Nothing. Not a thing. Oh
Meanwhile, they on vacation. I wish I had a job where I can be on vacation for a month
while catastrophes and disasters are happening simultaneously.
Man, that sounds like a hell of a job.
Yeah. And no matter how long you've been there, you're gonna get a lifetime health care. That's Cadillac healthcare, by the way. It's gonna be the top of the line healthcare.
You need a new heart, you get a new heart, you need a new liver.
Yep.
You get all that.
Yep. That's amazing.
So, meanwhile, everybody else going to dialysis.
Yeah. Oh man.
So, hey man, I can't argue with that. I can't do it. Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm getting out of here, man. I got to get up early so I can get back home.
All right, cool.
So
that's good to touch on this, MD. It's good.
No problem, man. I'll see you on Tuesday.
All right.
Hey, you know what? I don't know. Oh, damn, he left. Oh, damn, there go Trev. Trev, what's up? What's happening? I was trying to catch Venkat. He left already.
Oh, damn. Hold on. Let me close this. Wait. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I had to close my other thing out.
Yeah. Hey, polarizing topic, man.
Wait, hold on. Oh, there it go. Okay. Because I came in through the computer. Yeah, man. I tried to catch you before you got off, man, but I had to record a quick SmackDown review.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out in the morning. Well, not in the morning, when I get home.
Yeah, man. This, I know you want to get out of here, so I just want to say about the this thing that Obama's saying, man, is going to be very polarized. It's you know one thing black men don't like. They don't like to feel like they're being chastised.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, but you called it though, man.
So,
you called it.
Yeah, hey, MD, this was one of those things that I was hoping I was wrong on. Because unlike, I ain't even gonna say that. I was gonna say something. I ain't even gonna say it. But I was hoping that I was gonna be wrong on this. But just based on everything that I see, this is all this is coming down to. Is coming down to gender war, and I knew it from the beginning. It doesn't matter her policy. I'm gonna tell you, the only thing that her policy probably could do to get like black men, and it still wouldn't be 100%, to get them the majority on her side, is if she pushed forward reparations, and then it wouldn't be genuine. It'd just be because they're getting something.
No. That ain't gonna happen.
That's what I'm saying though. That's the only thing. When Obama coming out is because the thing with Obama, and I've said it. I mean, because I'm not going to sit here and act like I haven't said it, but he didn't do anything really for black people. Then I know people like Venkat going to be like, well, you have to look at it on a total scale of doing everything for everybody. Yeah, but it's just funny that the black people are always the ones on the bottom of that scale. So that's the issue there. But with him basically chastising men, it is, man, I could imagine. I've been staying away from those spaces, so I haven't heard what the talking points are around the
it's
around
a shit show, bro. It's
the web. Yeah, I could imagine, man. I haven't even heard what Wayne has to say about this, because I haven't even been in my groups, just because sometimes I be having to have my headspace clear. So I haven't even heard what Wayne has to say about this, but I'm definitely going to play this on Monday, because I just can't wait to hear what he has to say.
Yeah, it's Man Talk Monday, Cedric. I was telling Venkat, I was arguing with some guy on Twitter earlier today. He called me a feminist.
Hey,
me of all people.
You know what? I think more men think like Apex than we want to believe. Because whenever you hear Apex talk, it's always like, yeah, man, like women have roles, and he don't come off to me like he'll be okay with a female president. So, but like when I listen to his talking points, is always like the roles and do this and do that and do this and that. You know, my thing is shit. If you qualify for it, then you qualify for it. That would be crazy. Like I worked for a woman. I've worked for a woman for over 20 years. She runs the company great. I mean, if she wasn't qualified, then I wouldn't stick around. So that's a lot of people, man. They just see they just see that as a woman. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, there's some women that can't lead for shit, and their best bet is to be quiet. But I don't think that would be the case here. Like I really don't.
Kamala Harris is the most qualified candidate to ever run for president. She has more.
I don't know about that, but
she has more credentials going in than most people that have been president.
But MD, you notice he didn't hear nothing I just said, right? He just wanted to
No, I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying in general, for anybody to, not you, Trevor, but I'm just saying for anybody to question her competency or qualifications coming in with the resume that she has, current vice president, attorney general, all these things that she's done.
Now to play devil's advocate, Van Cat, technically, her political experience only go back to 2016. Technically.
Well, that's fine. I mean, isn't that the same for Trump?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, come on. Trump has never been a congressman. He's never been a governor. He's never been in the military. He's never been anything except for the apprentice. So, like, I'm just saying, like, a white man's bar is so low. And, like, this black woman has to move heaven and earth just to be semi-considered. And that's where the problem's at. She is the most qualified. I watched the video where a guy broke down, like, past presidents and what they did. And, like, none of them have the resume that Kamala Harris has. She is, like, one of the absolute, if not the most qualified candidate ever. And Donald Trump is on TV questioning her mental capacity.
You ain't gonna get an argument from me, Van Cat. Like I said, you know. So I was just letting you know what the political record was.
What are the polls look like now? Because I know I heard y'all talking about earlier about the abortion thing, and I'm gonna tell you, most of the guys that's making it seem like, see, I can say this on your channel. I can't do it on mine. But I can say it over here. Like most of the guys that's tripping about the abortion stuff, they ain't gonna take care of their kids anyway. So they're not like they tripping about abortion and acting like that's the big sticking point for them. Even somebody like me that's anti-abortion, I even was able to come around and see that, you know what? If it comes a difference between your wife dying on the table or your unborn baby dying on the table, come on, man. Who the hell you really gonna pick? Like that's crazy. Right. That's foolish.
A lot of the issue is we paint these issues with a broad brush. Ain't nobody in their right mind is gonna take away a woman's right to live. You know what I'm saying? If there's complications in the pregnancy and it's down to the baby or you, obviously a choice got to be made. You know what I'm saying? But we paint. Well, let me not say we. Republicans they paint abortion with a broad brush.
Yes.
They look at that situation and a situation where convenience is the topic. They look at it the same way, and it's not. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm to the position where, yeah, you get an abortion, but you're gonna pay for it. If we pay for convenience, right?
Yeah.
If you want to conveniently not have this child, you're gonna pay some money. To me, abortion is not a right. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. We shouldn't even be having this conversation. It shouldn't be nowhere in the law book. Go ahead.
So you said it's not a right. So if somebody is in a dire situation, they don't have the right to have the abortion to save them.
But that's a part of healthcare. Like obviously that's healthcare. If it's complications in the pregnancy,
yeah,
that falls in line with healthcare. I'm not denying that. You going to the club and getting knocked up by Nook or whoever, that's a convenience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
that's
a lot of
not
times,
healthcare.
but a lot of times people are looking at the club girl more so than these other people.
I agree. I agree. Broad
Ron
brush.
DeSantis right now is trying to suppress a story in Florida of a lady that had brain cancer while she was pregnant, late in the pregnancy, and the doctor pretty much told her, "Well, we got to do chemo. Obviously, if you're carrying a child, you know, and you got to do chemo, that's a problem." So she had to get an abortion, and she did that just before Roe v. Wade was shut down. So if she was to be faced with that situation today, she pretty much going exactly.
Yeah, she did. But again,
Exactly.
that's a situation where that's a healthcare concern, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But because Republicans, they want to paint it with a broad brush again, because they looking at the people, and the people are too stupid to antiquate the different situations. That's how they do it. You know, that really it's not even a moral issue at that point. It's okay. What does my constituency say? Are they so dumb within their morality? Because that at the end of the day, that's really what it's about. I had a show. I had on one of the God and Government shows. Jeremy Dunbar said, we had this very conversation. Jeremy Dunbar said, I posed a question.
The notorious Jeremy.
If the woman's life is in danger, what should happen? He said that woman must die.
Oh my!
That's what he said. That's exactly what he said.
Hey, he a hard dude when it comes to that. He the same one that said if it's an incest baby like a flipper kid, just give it up. Don't keep it. Don't keep it. Just give it up to adoption. Somebody will take it. Bro, that type of thinking, man, is the most archaic type of thinking. But it's funny though, because you have people on one hand, you'll have people that'll think like that, and they gonna stay on that. But if you tell them that, you know, people should be paid equally, they're like, oh hell no. They should be living in poverty type stuff. But don't have an abortion, even if the mom, you know, could die. I see commercials being ran in Florida. I don't know how true it is, because a lot of this stuff is just political, you know, propaganda and stuff like that. But you have like these doctors saying that they'll lose their license now if they perform abortions, even if it could cause death to the mom. Man.
That's how the wording in the laws is right now.
Yep.
Like, and what they're saying is going to happen if this continues. Practices are going to leave the state.
Yep.
Certain coverages in insurance you're not going to be able to get because it's just not sustainable. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is what we facing. And like I said, I can understand the contrast between the different situations. Why this is not being a conversation? At least y'all got a vote coming into play. A lot of other southern states ain't even got that. So at least y'all will be able to vote on it. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Like,
vote yes on 4.
Hey, you heard it from Venkat.
Yeah, I was about to say yes on 4.
So, you know, a lot of these southern states, we're not gonna get that. We just ain't gonna get it.
Because they know what happened if it goes on the ballot.
Yeah. And that's why Trump switched his stance. Because he knew.
But wouldn't you think though that like women would just collectively be flocking to
That's not how women go. That's not how women is.
But that's what I'm saying. Wouldn't you think that women would rather support something that could be harmful to them or take away their rights just to be like, no, I'm gonna be staunch Republican, I'm gonna do this, and that's how it is, versus let me look at this for my daughters and their daughters and shit like that. That's crazy.
There's a house nigga in every family. There's always gonna be somebody that's gonna sell out their own self-interest for some bull crap. No matter what race, no matter what sex you are, there's a house nigga in every family.
And especially when you got narratives getting put into place. Like how long have we had to listen to, oh, the medical Ma'afa and this was purposefully done, and Margaret Sanger and Planned Parenthood. Man, we've been listening to that shit for decades. So, you know, and I'm not saying part of it is not true. Of course it is. But bro, this is 2024. Where is the conspiracy with somebody rubbing their hands together in an abortion clinic saying let's kill all the niggas? Where is that happening at? Where is the mind control device being implemented into these women's brains to say, let me go and purposefully have sex with this dude that I just met in the club so I can go get an abortion and kill all the black people? It's not happening. Now, there is a certain mentality being put into place with over-sexualization and all that. But again, that's the choice. Are we that stupid? From the onset of the perspective of somebody else looking. Hell, according to Obama, we are. But you know, that's a whole nother story. If you want to have an abortion, you have the right. Let me not say right, because I don't believe it. You got the privilege to have that abortion. You are going to pay money for it, unless it's a medical situation. You getting bent over in the club bathroom is not a medical situation. It's just not.
There's a lot of
that's the narrative.
There's a lot of aborted fetuses that should have been. I mean, we got to do better choices here, man. I don't understand. It's like everybody needs to be born. I'm like 300 right now. Just throw them bastards over the cliff, man. Yeah, throw them bastards over the cliff. We have too many problems out here because we got so many people being born illegitimately. It's just ridiculous. I think that if people were going to make a family, your family shouldn't be, an accident. It should be planned and thought out. It should be a wise and wanted decision. Being an unwanted baby is just ridiculous. And like you're already starting off life in that weird, stupid way. And come on, that you automatically give a poor lifestyle for that kid. Poverty and pain is what's coming.
Venkat, that's you?
Who?
I said, Venkat, is that you?
What do you mean? I'm not saying anything I wouldn't say.
Damn, okay. I mean, I disagree with that to a certain extent. Hell, all my kids were unwanted. I didn't choose. I didn't choose. Like I mean, I'm being honest.
Don't say it like that.
Okay, maybe that did sound bad. Meaning, my kids were not planned.
They weren't planned.
None of my kids were planned.
Yeah.
So you know, from that aspect, I gotta disagree with that. But there is a certain amount of responsibility that I had to have. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the difference, though, MD. So it was unplanned or whatnot, but you took the mantle and ran with it. There's some people where it's unplanned and people either leave or there's dissension within the family. You have a certain lifestyle and an upbringing that's not going to be the best for a person coming up to be a functioning.
Yeah, I agree with that, but still, it's still a choice, though. It's still a choice that I made and my partner made.
There's a lot of kids that are just not in good situations. They don't get meals. They don't have proper shelter. They're being sexually and physically abused in the household. I mean, there are a lot of problems. Is that the state's
responsibility? Is that the state responsibility?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yes.
And this is how they address the responsibility: education, supporting. You got to do something. You cannot have a society that's freaked up like this and just be like, well, it's individual responsibility. You know, whatever. We're human beings. We have the capability to write, record, and make videos and pass knowledge around. We're not a freaking dove out here or a pigeon. just mindlessly just operating like that. We have thought and capabilities, so utilize that. We're not just savage beasts, man. We can do things. We're above that, and the fact that we're playing into that is ridiculous. Do something about it. That's the purpose of government. The reason why people don't like government and think it don't work is because they got people that don't work in government. So stop putting people in there that don't do it. You can utilize government to do the things that an individual or family is not going to have the resources or power to be able to do. And the fact that we're not doing it is a problem.
I agree with that part. But when I was saying, is it the state's responsibility? Is it the state's responsibility to acquiesce in a certain situation where the choice that was made upon giving birth to that child is fully or solely the state's responsibility in order to facilitate? That's what I was talking about.
Man,
I get
you qualified the hell out of that, didn't it?
yeah. I get certain. I get education and all that. That's a given. With the logic that you just displayed, it should also be the state's responsibility to get rid of the child. Do you agree with that? Is what I'm telling you.
Well, no, I don't agree. I don't agree with that. I don't think they should be getting rid of.
MD want to throw their ass in a bonfire like on Conan or something.
Well, that's what Fat Cat said. Throw it on the damn ring. But that's what I'm saying. So basically, me and you are saying the same thing.
Yeah.
No, if you make a choice to have an abortion, that is your choice, based on the parameters of what law says. That you can't put that into a right. That's a privilege. As a privileges you pay for, just like you pay for all other privileges.
Yeah. Okay. So when you put that so-called quote unquote privilege and in abortions, when you put a paywall in front of it, there's going to be some people that can't pay to get through that wall, and when that wall hits, now you have the hanger situation going on, or back in the dumpsters and all other stuff. You have to be able to provide safe haven for them to be able to do whatever needs to be done, and they should be able to have dignity and education in the decision that they're making. Right now, it's just a bunch of shame. Huh?
So it is the state responsibility then.
Of course. So the states.
Switch what you just said then.
The states' rights thing is. It's funny when you go one way with it. The states have all the rights as far as yay or nay, but they don't have the responsibility to make it manageable. The idea is that you don't want people doing over the wall stuff, injuring themselves or others to get an abortion their own method or their own way. You want to be able to have a clean, safe place or process for them to do what they need to do. Again, sometimes it's not even the health of it could just be the situation isn't good enough for them. Maybe adoption is a option, or maybe they need to abort. But having babies all over the place is a problem.
You'd be okay with the one child rule?
I don't like that idea. I don't like the one child. I never understood that. And look, it was Japan that did that crap, and look where they're at now. That bunch of old people in their society.
Yeah, it was Japan.
Japan
did it for a while, and Japan is on a decline right now.
Yeah, they have more old people than anything.
Yeah,
and that's why they built. That's why they're making robots, because they're so old and they need help with all kinds of basic activities.
Yeah, China was 2.5. I still don't know what the half was for.
Hey, I had my ex had an abortion, my ex before my wife, and my ex when I was how old was I? 17, 18. She had an abortion. And both times, man. Well, my ex, I didn't know. The most recent one, I didn't know. She just went and did it. But the one when I was a teenager, man, that shit hurt, man. Especially when she was describing it to me and stuff like that. And at the time, I knew it was the right thing to do, and I feel like that's why I'm so against it. Because at the time I knew it was the right thing to do, just because I was 17. I wasn't even in the Navy yet. I was going to the Navy. And to be talking about having a kid and you haven't graduated high school yet, so I mean, common sense will tell you, hey, that's not the right time, but the shit still hurt nevertheless. But that's also what made me feel the way I felt about it for so many years. Like, nah, man, just give me the baby. You have it, give it to me, and you be done. But yeah, man, I think that's why I felt like it for so that way for so long. But now especially when I hear certain people like Jeremy and shit talk, I'm like, man, y'all niggas nuts, man. For real, y'all made me see that my way of thinking was so stupid, so caveman. Like, that's crazy, man. You can't tell somebody, like, when my wife was pregnant, I knew she never had a good day, put it that way. Because you know how some women, when they pregnant, like the first trimester would be hell, but then the second and third trimester, they all happy. They do the maternity shoots and everybody, you do the baby shower. We didn't even have no baby shower. Like her pregnancy was miserable. She never had a good day. Never. Was losing weight like crazy, where most women blow up and get big. She was going the opposite way. So just miserable. Then for my daughter to be born 3 months early. So I don't know. I don't feel comfy no more telling a woman, hey, you got to go through that shit if you don't want to. Because I'm not the one dealing with it. I mean, I was dealing with it because, just being the husband, but you not physically going through that shit. I could feel any type of pain, but I hate being nauseous. Like, nausea is the worst thing in the world to me. And if you constantly, every single day of your pregnancy, nauseous and shit like that, and you got the right to be like, you know what, I don't want to deal with this anymore. But I agree with MD. You should just pay for it yourself, because don't look for taxpayer.
That ain't up to the government.
Yeah, don't look for taxpayer dollars and shit like that. Just pay for it yourself.
All right, so we're gonna have people in the back of that trash bin taking that hot hanger. I'm just saying.
Hey, Venkat, rubbers are free though.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean anything. Rubbers break, and not everybody have access at certain times. I'm just saying.
No. Everybody got access to rubbers.
I'm just saying. At certain times, you may not be having it at certain times.
So, hey, Venkat, at the same abortion clinic, they give out free condoms.
Exactly.
That same abortion clinic.
Bro, I seen them giving homeless people rubbers, and I'm thinking to myself, why would homeless people need rubbers? Until one morning, I was on my way to work and saw two homeless people getting it on across the street from the 7-Eleven.
They ain't allowed to have sex because they homeless?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying, man. They give you rubbers. Like, you could get, rubbers are free. You ain't got to pay for no rubbers. I mean, you want the exclusive stuff, then you can go, you do that. But people getting less and less responsible, man. Like, you have women. Now, this is what I believe is a woman's responsibility. Because a man gonna do what a man gonna do. But you have some women be like, oh, just put the tip in, and I'm talking like this Monday, but
that's a trap.
Yeah, they be like,
Monday, Trevor.
Hey, they be like, man, just put the tip in and be like, nah, you don't need to rub. But come on, man, they know what time it is.
Trap. That's how I ended up with my twin.
Hey, MD, I told my wife, I said, man, I ain't pulling out of nothing but the driveway. So
that's a trap. So they know what they're doing.
So you could miss me with that craziness.
Yeah. Hey, that bring up a point talking about the homeless. Do you remember, Venkat, when they made the whole hoopla about giving out the free stems so you could smoke your crack, and the free syringes so you could shoot your drug? That was government funded.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah. I'm not necessarily against that. Not necessarily against that, because when you think about it, right,
the spread of AIDS and stuff.
I don't know about all that. I'm just saying, like, when you allow them to get it outside with just street gangs, criminals, whatever, right? That's funding an organization. Whereas if you supply it, well, now you've reduced the demand, and it kind of stops it. So it's like you're doing an activity to slow down a greater evil. So I used to think like that, like shutting down all these notions of things that are out there like that or perceived out there like that. But the more I think about it and the more you look at it, I can understand why you would make a supposedly radical move like that to ultimately get a bigger result. So I don't completely shut those types of ideas down. I think there is a way you can get there with that.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, that's prevention, right? So
yeah.
For using that same scenario, the crackhead, or he get lead poisoning, or from freebasing, or the heroin addict get AIDS from a used syringe or whatever. Again, choice, right? Now, kind of a different situation, because you can go to a hospital, they just gonna bill you. You ain't got to pay the bill. They just gonna bill you if it's an emergency.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, it's not an emergency in that situation, but it's the same type of effect, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but and if it's like, say, government ran or funded, so they're gonna provide a safer area. They're gonna provide the drugs, but they're also gonna provide avenues and ways to help get them off of it.
I don't know if they was gonna provide the drugs. That went too far. Come here, government funded crack, government cheese, government crack.
It's from what I understood about those kinds of ideas, that they've implemented that stuff in different parts of the world, where you can do those drugs, but then there's means to giving you education and support and try to help wean you off of it. And that is way more helpful than just somebody going, huh?
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, these are the kind of ideas we should be talking about and trying to really look at to solve. Because having a person hooked on a drug, just accepting, that's just a crackhead, and you just move on with life, that's just weird. I don't understand why so many people are just deemed unredeemable. Like you have to have the ability and the option to come back from a bad situation. Oh, you're already messed up. That's it. It's over. Like, no, I don't never look at life like that. You should always be able to have the ability to come back. And when you don't do things like this, that means you gave up on a certain segment of the population, and it's non-productive. Those are people that could have been out there working. Those are people that could have been contributing to the society, and we just have them on the side of the road being the victims under the overpass and whatnot. It's just crazy.
Well, hold on, Venkat. But wouldn't you say the same thing for the aborted baby then?
What about the aborted baby?
That they could always come back. Like, you don't.
That's different.
I'm saying don't abort them then.
No, that's different. So I'll tell you, there's a lot of aborted fetuses that should have been aborted in my eyes, because we got a lot of jackasses walking around here doing things. I like the idea of certain people. They're not. We think of everything in terms of our lives, and like there's like a different type of life that people are living out there, and they're coming up in harsh scenarios. And if you need to be aborted, then you need to be aborted. Because if you don't abort it, that's possibility of a person coming up in poverty, person coming up and being abusive, and then that person could turn into God knows what, which ain't good or positive. I'd rather them just abort it, and move on, rather than trying to make something out. The Republic's going to use this on a commercial, but I don't think that everybody needs to just be born like that. And like we're just putting quantity over quality. That's all I'm saying.
Van Cat believe in population management. He
Man.
depopulized. But hey,
Just say,
again,
do you
that's cool.
really feel like everybody should just be a mother or a father? Like a lot of come on, man.
I agree with that. But again, you're gonna pay for it.
They gonna pay what? Why you got
this is the part.
Capitalism,
and this is the
man.
part. Okay, that's cool. What about the repeat offenders?
But why?
What you gonna do with them?
Why is it like you said offender like it's criminal act or something like that? Come on,
so the woman just coming constantly. She go to the club every month. She get a top pop and just go get the abortion. The government gonna pay for it.
Okay, so answer this.
You creating the alternate mindset.
No. So answer this, MD. So if it's a repeat offender, and obviously they're being an offensive person, so we need to have something to quill that offense, right? So let's say after what, 2, 3, 4 times, you get your tubes tied or something like that, or implement something like that, or cut the balls off or whatever.
Is that going to be government funded too? Because I'm telling you, if women could go and get their tubes tied, for free, they gonna go do it.
Hey, well then maybe that's what's needed. But again, there's a population decline, especially in the white population, which they're pissed off about that crap. But so there are less and less and less humans, and a lot of people have already made choices. They're not having kids. They don't want to have kids, and they're in their 20s and their 30s, and they're like, I don't want to have kids. I want to live my life. Like John Cena is one of them. He don't want to have kids. You know, he wants to just live the best life he possibly can with his partner.
Didn't Cena get a vasectomy?
But he's a weirdo. Did you ever watch that show and see his mannerisms and things like that? He's a weirdo. He probably don't need kids.
And that's the thing.
I believe on that show where he said he had a vasectomy, right?
I can't remember. It could have been, but he's a weirdo though. Like he's. I don't think he'd be a good dad. Like he's a weirdo.
And that's okay if he wouldn't be a good dad. He's being responsible by not being one. And a lot of people don't have that responsibility. And that's where the abortions and all that other things come into play. Just because you got pregnant don't mean you should have that kid. I don't really think it's a bad thing to say. And I don't think everybody should aspire to be a mother and everybody should aspire to be a father. I don't.
That's why you wear the rubber though, Van Cat. I mean, if that's the case, then just put on the rubber and you ain't got to worry about that.
Well, you know, we're talking real world here, MD. So, I mean, things don't necessarily work out the way that
a condom is not real world?
That's crazy. That's crazy. You know what it is, MD? Because people living 20, 30, 40 years with AIDS, they don't care about rubbers no more. Because they were wearing rubbers because they were afraid to die of AIDS. Now they see people living forever with AIDS. They're like, oh man, I could just take my medicine and I'll be straight. That's what it is. Bro, I saw a commercial the other day said that this guy had AIDS and he's undetectable with tests.
Well, so it's Magic. Yeah, Magic Johnson is that way too. With HIV, yeah.
That's crazy. Like that used to be a death sentence. That's why they're not wearing rubbers. They just because they don't care anymore. They're not dying.
So the hell with herpes and the clap and all that.
They not dying. They don't care. They don't care.
Oh,
damn.
They don't care.
I would think
man.
that you would care if you got the herpes.
Man, people nasty, man.
Yeah, they are.
Outbreak every now and then that don't.
Yeah, outbreak every now and then don't hurt them.
But you know they got super herpes out there.
I haven't heard any casualties from that.
Yeah,
they need a shot and they be like, hey, they shoot me up, doc.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, that don't work for me.
Hey man,
that don't work for me, brother.
Hey, MD, man, I know you was trying to get out of here, man. And I came back up here.
I'm about to lay it down, man. I'm about to lay it down.
Hey, how do you have this back? What is this background? Is this just a background or is this a StreamYard overlay?
The actual background or the logo?
How is the logo moving like that? Like what?
Oh, yeah, the logo. I put it in GIF format.
Okay. Oh, they'll let you upload it like that?
Yeah.
Man, there's so many things I could do on this thing that I haven't even experimented.
I haven't been on StreamYard in so long because I ain't had the opportunity to do it. I've worked so damn late.
Well, they've been taking them $50 from you because it damn sure went up.
I know.
Yeah.
$50.
It's $50 now for the standard version.
For the
I know. Trust me, I know. I was like, hell, I might as well use it. But yeah, man. Worked so damn late, man.
It's $50 for the standard version now. 45 plus tax.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's changed so much. I was looking at now you can do like the recordings and have recordings from different channels and
you have the intro and outro.
You can automatically do the intros and the outros. I was like, wow.
Just give me another
It ain't
seat.
worth $50 damn dollars, but
exactly all that shit they added on there, they won't give you another seat. Give me another seat. If they give me another seat or two, an admin seat, then it'll be well justified. I was looking at other things yesterday. I was looking at like Restream and there was something else, but they don't give you the functionality to go to other platforms and stuff like that. So
StreamYard just so convenient, man. That's what you're really paying for. You're paying for the convenience of it.
Yeah, I guess I'm.
I was thinking about doing OMB, but you know, it take a while to learn OMB, and I ain't got the time.
Yeah, I was looking last night. I was looking at other options, man. Trust me, because I got to pay for this. I got to pay for this. I got to pay for this. And I'm like, man, I don't want to have to pay for all this shit. But when I looked at it, I'm like, man, with this other stuff, the features that they're adding aren't what I could do here, because you can't have all those people on the platform. You can't do none of that. So it's
I think that's what the shit called. No, OBS. That's what it's called.
OBS. Yeah, OBS. And I can't get. Yeah, OBS is the one you have to have on the computer.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You can do a lot of shit with OBS, man, but it's technically advanced. I ain't that.
I think I saw Blue trying to do a tutorial on it because he's trying to use it now. But a lot of people are trying to go to OBS. But yeah, it's like getting a damn master's degree trying to perfect it.
Yeah.
And you gotta have the man hours to pull up the videos on YouTube and stuff. They'll walk you through it, but it's a lot of videos. A lot.
Yeah. It's a lot of shit you can do on OBS, man, but I ain't got time, bro. I was like, man, I might as well not even worry about it.
Damn, it's after Friday, man. I mean, it's after 11 o'clock, man. I had to take my black ass to sleep.
Yeah. All right, fellas, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all coming through. Like I said, man, we'll get it.
Where did you get that Obama video from? Off of Twitter?
No, that was YouTube.
YouTube?
That was YouTube. Yeah. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, send me the link because I want to use it on Monday.
Okay, yeah. Now I played two videos. I played the CNN one and I played the Megyn Kelly one. I'll send you both.
I just want whoever not gonna get me struck. That's all.
Yeah. I mean,
you want the CNN one? That's the one that really shows the Obama situation.
Yeah, because I think because normally what I do with those videos, I put them in TubeRipper anyway, and upload it from there. So try to get around.
I'll send you both of them, man, and you decide. I'll send you both.
All right,
man. All right. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. I'm out of here.
All right.
All right. Peace.